In this video, we're going to go over the history of Jay Peak and how it came to be one of the most popular skiing destinations in America. In 1932, a small group of adventurous young boys made their first winter trips up Jay Peak in Vermont's remote Northeast Kingdom. With no trails or infrastructure, they would simply scramble and roll down the mountain's steep terrain until they could regain their footing to ski again. Their downhill journey was described as one mad scramble for when they could not ski. They fell and rolled down till it was possible to make a fresh start. Little did they know that their primitive recreational pursuits would start what would become one of New England's most remarkable ski destinations, a resort that would weather both natural challenges and human controversies, while maintaining its reputation for having the best snow in the East. The story of Jay Peak's ski history began in 1937, when the St. Albans Messenger newspaper questioned why no one had yet developed the mountain's obvious skiing potential. By 1939, the Jay Peak Outing Club was formed under the leadership of A.C. Utton, marking the first organized skiing activities on the mountain. Despite World War II forcing the club to dissolve, the dream of developing Jay Peak into a proper ski area remained alive through continued advocacy in the Newport Daily Express and support from influential figures like State Forester Perry Merrill. A committee was formed to develop a ski tow, but the lack of proper road access temporarily delayed further progress. The pivotal moment came on May 28, 1953, when Governor Lee Emerson approved the creation of a Jay Peak Commission, led by Senator Fred B. Crawford of Newport. The following year, the state acquired 1,975 acres of land on Jay Peak and Big Jay for $7,850. In April 1955, the North Troy Kiwanis Club spurred the creation of Jay Peak Inc., with local agriculture teacher and real estate businessman Harold Haynes serving as president. Development accelerated in July 1956, when the company signed a $22,800 contract with Poma for a 1,800-foot lift and hired Richard Pope's crew to clear the first trails. Pope's team worked quickly, completing the lift line and parking lot clearing by mid-July. A new road connecting Richford to Jay Peak was completed that November. That same month, the resort made a crucial hire in 38-year-old Austrian ski racer Walter Foger to run the ski school. Foger had previously trained the Spanish Olympic ski team and would go on to revolutionize ski instruction at Jay Peak. After dealing with early challenges like insufficient snow and unreliable electricity, Jay Peak officially opened for skiing on January 6, 1957, with two trails, the Practice Slope and Sweetheart. The 1960s proved transformational for Jay Peak. The installation of the resort's first chairlift, the Bonaventure Double, in 1960-61, increased the vertical drop to 1,700 feet. But the defining development came in 1966, after the timber giant Weyerhaeuser Company invested $300,000 in Jay Peak and provided a $2.2 million loan. The company funded an expansion centered around a Von Roll aerial tramway, giving Jay Peak Vermont's only tram and ensuring its status as a major resort. The 60-passenger tram provided a 5-minute ride to the summit and remains an iconic symbol of the mountain to this day. Foger's innovative nature technic teaching method became a significant draw for the resort. Unlike the prevailing American ski technique that could take a year to progress students to parallel skiing, Foger guaranteed he could make anyone a parallel skier in just 1 week or their money back. His method proved so successful that by 1960, people were driving from as far as Philadelphia to learn at Jay Peak, with classes sometimes exceeding 50 students. By 1965, Foger had certified over 100 instructors in his technique, which spread as far south as Pennsylvania's Pocono Mountains. The 1970s brought both growth and transition. Weyerhaeuser built the original 48-room Hotel Jay in 1974, providing the first slopeside accommodations. In 1978, the company sold Jay Peak to Mont Saint-Sauveur International, a Canadian firm that would go on to hire Bill Stenger as general manager in 1985. Under MSSI's ownership, Jay Peak continued expanding its infrastructure, including replacing the old Jet T-bar at Stateside with the Jet Triple Chair in 1985. The 1990s saw J-Peak adapt to changing winter sports trends by introducing dedicated cross-country skiing trails and establishing one of Vermont's first terrain parks. The decade culminated in 1999 with the installation of the Green Mountain Flyer, J-Peak's first high-speed detachable quad chairlift, which quickly earned the nickname Green Mountain Freezer among skiers due to its notoriously cold and windy ride conditions. The most dramatic chapter in J-Peak's history began in 2008, when Miami businessman Ariel Quiros and resort president Bill Stenger purchased the property from MSSI for $15 million, plus the assumption of $8.5 million in debt, using the federal EB-5 Immigrant Investor Program, which provided foreign nationals a path to U.S. residency in exchange for $500,000 investments in job-creating projects. They launched an ambitious $120 million development plan. The expansion included the 57-suite Tram House Lodge, opened December 2009, an indoor ice house skating rink, and a championship golf clubhouse. In December 2011, J-Peak unveiled its most distinctive non-skiing amenity, the $27 million Pump House Indoor Water Park. This 60,000 square foot facility, featuring a retractable roof, multiple slides, and the double-barrel Flowrider surf simulator, represented a bold move to transform J-Peak into a true four-season resort. However, this period of rapid expansion concealed troubling financial improprieties. On April 13, 2016, federal agents swooped in to seize J-Peak amid SEC accusations that Quiros and Stenger had misappropriated roughly $200 million in a Ponzi-like scheme. The SEC identified 836 investors from 74 countries who had been defrauded. Quiros was ultimately sentenced to 5 years in prison for wire fraud and money laundering, while Stenger received an 18-month sentence for submitting false statements to investigators. In September 2022, after operating under receivership for over 6 years, J-Peak was purchased by Pacific Group Resorts for $76 million. Approximately $70 million from the sale went to defrauded EB-5 investors, representing about 40% of their original investments. Today, J-Peak offers 81 trails across 385 acres of rideable terrain. Its combination of reliable snow, challenging terrain, and modern amenities continues to attract visitors from across North America, while its commitment to preserving an authentic skiing experience ensures its special place in Vermont's outdoor recreation landscape. That's it for this week's Leisure Lore, and please do us a favor and subscribe to this channel if you enjoyed it. It means the world to us.